Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Ben and I am from London, England, and I live in Novosibirsk in Russia. This channel will be great for you if you are a Russian speaker and you are learning English. It is a great way to learn English in a relaxed and natural way. And in this video, I'm going to give you a tour of a part of London that I know very well. It is called Tooting Broadway. Before I get started with this tour, I ask you to press the subscribe button if you have not already subscribed. This way you can support the channel and you can get more English language learning content from me. So let's get started with the tour. Over here, you can see Tooting Broadway station. This is a London Underground station. It is a tube station. For those of you who don't know London, we call the metro system the tube or the underground. I have a little story over here, not an amazing story, but I had a friend here who was smoking a cigarette right over here, I think. And he threw his cigarette butt on the floor over here, and a special kind of police officer came up to him and gave him a fine for £60 just for throwing a cigarette butt on the street. This was not a police officer, but it was in England we call them council enforcement officers. Enforcement officers enforce the law. They make sure that people follow the law. But you can see here that there aren't any cigarette butts, or maybe there is a small cigarette butt over there, but there are hardly any cigarette butts on the floor. So the council enforcement officers seem to be doing their job very well. Anyway, enough about cigarettes and council enforcement officers. Let me show you some main shops here in Tooting. If you don't know much about modern England, you need to know these places. Pret-a-manger. Well, pret-a-manger is French. It means ready to eat. And it is a great chain of sandwich shops which also sell good coffee at medium to kind of expensive prices. Not very expensive, but a little bit expensive. But the sandwiches there are very good quality. So Pret-a-manger, I fully recommend. Cafe Nero is also a big coffee shop chain in England. I would say if you had to choose between Pret-a-manger and Cafe Nero, I would choose Pret-a-manger any day. Pret-a-manger is so much better. Cafe Nero, I think, is just not very good. The coffee doesn't taste very good. Also, here we have Holland & Barrett. It's just a chain of pharmacies. So let's go up this road. This is called Tooting High Street. What is a high street? A high street is a place that has many shops. It's a place where you can buy most products. So what other shops do we need to mention? Poundland. This is a very big chain of shops. If you want to save money, you should go to Poundland. There you can buy many cheap things, foods, household items, anything you need really. Let's look at the reviews. Here it has a 4.1 star review. This is a pretty good review. Let's see if there's any bad reviews. I can see a bad review here from a guy called Benджамин. Okay, this is a long review. We don't need to read everything, but basically someone is dissatisfied. Someone does not like Poundland. What do they expect? It's Poundland. It's a cheap shop. Don't bother writing a bad review. It's a cheap place. What do you expect? Okay, let's continue. This place, I have been here before, a long time ago. They sell fish and chips. Maybe they sell some, I think it's sausage rolls, I think they sell too. But mainly it's the fish and chips that are very good at Kennedy's. Let's go up the road. British Heart Foundation. It's a big charity in England. Of course, they are all about heart health. And here you can see many second-hand items. I love going to these second-hand stores, second-hand shops, as we say in England. And there you can buy many different high-quality, sometimes low-quality items. The problem is that sometimes you buy a shirt and you think, maybe someone has died in this shirt. It's a bit of a mystery when you go to second-hand shops. So you can see here, it's a very busy road today, and there are a lot of people from different countries walking down this road. Over here, you can see NatWest. This is one of the major banks in England. You can see them in every city, every town. And here you can see a bike lane. This is called the Cycle Superhighway in London. It's a great network of cycle lanes, and you can go from South London all the way to North London by following these bicycle lanes. They are marked blue, sometimes they are green, but the superhighways, the main cycle lanes, are marked in blue. Let's walk up the road a little bit more. Yes, here is Tooting Market. It doesn't look like much, but if you go inside, you can see that there are many great market stalls inside here. And you can buy some cheap stuff, you can buy some Caribbean food, Indian food, you can get some drinks here. It's a really cool market, and sometimes they play music there. When I was younger, I sometimes used to get my hair cut at Tooting Market. At the time, I paid something like £4, but in England, it's always a good idea to leave a little tip when you are getting your hair cut. I didn't leave much money because it was a very cheap haircut, but if a haircut is £4, you should pay £6. Give the guy a £1 or £2 tip at least. So that's Tooting Market. I really recommend checking that place out. But let's continue walking down Tooting High Street. For a period of time, I delivered food in London, and sometimes I would deliver food from some restaurants. One of the restaurants was Nando's. I need to show you Nando's. Here we go, Nando's. What is Nando's? Well, it's like a place where you can buy chicken, a Afro-Portuguese chicken chain, as it says here, spicy food. So Nando's, I thoroughly recommend. It is a place that almost every British person knows, even though it is not British food, it is African Portuguese food. But I used to deliver food from Nando's to people's houses, and there were many deliveries from this place. So let's continue. Here you can see there are many shops that are owned by people from South Asia. You have Muslims, you have Hindus, you have Sikhs, you have everyone. I think here, this is it Tamil? I think it's Tamil, so maybe these people are from South India or from Sri Lanka. I'm not too sure. Yeah, a lot of South Asian shops over here. Here you can see some modern architecture. They do look like lovely apartments, but this is real England. You know you are in England when you see this kind of old architecture. Sure, these houses might be a bit nicer to live inside, but this has so much more character. This is so much cooler, in my opinion, to see. especially in this area, because here there are so many people from different countries, and you don't really know that you are in England. So the way to know you are in England is by looking at the architecture. So I don't really like it when you have these new buildings appearing across London. It would be much better, in my opinion, to renovate, to repair these older buildings. All right, let's continue up the road. Let's see if we find anything. Puja. This looks like a curry place, a place where you can buy Indian curries. Well, I would go there, but the name has poo in it. I don't really want to eat at a place that sounds like poo. Let's keep going up the road. So what else is there? Oh, Tesco. Tesco is a very important supermarket chain in England. You see them everywhere. They have pretty low prices and the quality of the food is okay in Tesco. If you like Islamic books, you can buy some Islamic books and some Islamic clothing here. So if that's your thing, you can go to the Islamic bookshop here on Tooting High Street. Here we have a pub. I have never been to this pub, but the architecture is really cool. Look at that. This is classic British architecture. Let's see the reviews at the King's Head. Okay, it has a pretty good rating, 4.3 stars. That's not bad if you ask me. $13.49 for a Sunday roast. I remember the days when you could go to a pub and spend £5 or £6 and you could get a full meal at a pub and even a beer. Can you imagine that? A beer and a full meal for £5. Now it's $13.49. So the prices are really going up in London. They have been rising for a long time now. This is a hardware shop. I have bought some nuts and bolts from this shop before. Here we have Chicken Cottage. Chicken Cottage is a very big chain of chicken shops. It is a really fun place to go. If you go to Chicken Cottage at the wrong time, you could have a problem. A lot of drunk people go there, a lot of bad people go there, drug dealers. Let's read the reviews of Chicken Cottage. Let's see what they have to say about Chicken Cottage. This guy, Abdi, is not happy with, with this Chicken Cottage. Worst chicken cottage I have ever been to. So Abdi is not a happy man. He said, the chips were soggy and full of smelly oil. What does the word soggy mean? Soggy means that the chips, or in American English, the French fries, were wet. They were not firm and crispy. They were kind of bleh, they were wet. So he is not happy with Chicken Cottage. Sorry, Abdi. Okay, let's keep going up the road. Oh, I've been to this place, Chathara. I think it is a Pakistani restaurant. It has a lot of good, cheap food. If you like naan bread is delicious. If you like naan bread, then you need to go to this place. Also, they have a deli counter. A deli counter is like it's a glass container where you can see lots of different types of food and you can buy some very tasty, cheap meals from Chathara. So when I used to work as a delivery guy, I sometimes stopped at Chathara to buy some lunch or dinner. The tour is going to end in a second because this is Tooting Station. We have walked up Tooting High Street. But before we finish, I need to mention this place, Betfred. Yes, you probably know what this place is. It is a betting shop. In Russia, you have betting shops too. This is one of the main chains of betting shops in England. Another word for a betting shop in English is a bookies, a place where you can place bets. So Betfred, let's read the reviews for Betfred. 1 star, not very good. What do they have to say about it? This guy, Sayeda Rizvi. Betfred in Tooting is the dirtiest place full of drug dealers and drunkens, and the staff is horrible and aggressive and abusive to the public. By the way, not drunkens, he means drunk people. Or drunks, you could say. So Betfred does not have a good review. And just before we finish, I need to mention this pub is a great pub. It is called the Wheat Sheaf. I have been here many times. They have a lot of good ales on tap. A lot of good beers and ales on tap. I thoroughly recommend this place. And you can sit on these benches in the summer and watch the cars and people go by. It's a great pub. If you are in a group of people, it is okay to be in Tooting at night. But if you are alone, and especially if you have had a few beers, it is maybe not the best idea to walk down this street alone at night. There are some bad people who live in this area, so you have to be careful. Alright guys, that's the end of the tour. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. If you have any questions about London, or you have any suggestions, or you want to know something about English, please leave me a comment below in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. It will really help me if you subscribe. So thank you and bye for now.